然后我们过去呢也爱吃，然后晚上过去没什么东西嘛，然后晚上肚子饿了吃什么呢？就是拌面。外公一说肚子饿，晚上拌面，那肯定就拌面，特别好吃。肚子饿的时候晚上吃一碗，哦，好舒服。但现在人东西吃太多，晚上不能吃这个，那就变成早餐吃的。
Happy Chinese New Year! I'm back again at my parents', and today I'm going to be making them a vegetarian lunch combining two of my mom's classic Chinese recipes. The first part will be a scallion oil noodle. It's so fragrant and so simple, and on top of it we're going to put some delicious pan-fried oil drizzled tofu with a sunny side up egg. Can't wait for you to try this. Let's get started. This is everything you will need for the noodle portion. First, we have these ramen noodles. They are made with wheat, and then you have some sugar, some normal soy sauce, and Chinese dark soy sauce. These two really add depth to this dish as well as some color. And then of course for scallion noodles, we have some scallions. We're going to divide this into 4 portions. The green parts we're going to keep as is. The white part, we are going to divide them in halves. The first part of this recipe is we are going to make the scallion oil.
就是放到油里面，让它一直要小火，让它熬到就是干了
brown，
然后拿起来，然后
要知道大概多久？
我不知道。
Okay. We're going to heat up some oil to baste our scallion. I'm just using some neutral oil, avocado, canola, grapeseed, anything without a scent is okay. We need 3 tablespoons. We don't want to heat it up too high so it smokes. I'm going to just turn it to a medium heat, and then as soon as it starts heating up, I will bring it down to a low. The whole point is to be able to cook the scallions without burning them. You're going to test with a spring onion. Once you see little bubbles forming like that, it's ready to turn the heat down. I'm just slightly rearranging them so that they're all laying flat. And at low heat, we're going to gently baste them until they dry up and become a little bit of a darker green, but definitely not burnt. If you come closer, you can see that they're wilting right now. I'm gonna like this one. And that's what we want for all of them. When it's done, the oil will pick up the fragrance of the scallions. So I'm seeing that the oil has stopped bubbling. If you want to take a look, I'm going to turn up the heat to a 2. At your home, you just want to make sure that you are keeping an eye on this so that it's constantly bubbling. While our oil is basting, which is going to take probably around 15 to 20 minutes, we are going to make our tofu, which is the protein of this meal. You are going to need your tofu, some honey, some soy sauce, a mix of ginger, scallion, and optional red chili pepper, as well as a little bit of water. So we are just using medium firm tofu. It's the easiest to pan fry. We like to cut them into little rectangles as such. I'm going to pan fry using a non-stick pan, so you just need a little bit of oil, also neutral oil. The key to making sure your tofu doesn't stick when you pan fry them is to make sure that your pan is hot and your oil is hot, and you don't touch the tofu once it's in. That's it. You can see that one side is already golden.
你如果发现这个葱软了哈，还没有脆，你就把火开大，火开大目的就让它迅速的干脆，但又不焦。
We're going to flip our tofu for the second time. Now we've taken this out, we're going to let it cool. This will be our topping later. You see that it's a little bit dark. That's because the sugar in the green onion has come out. It should be just slightly sweet, but not at all bitter. We're going to now make the sauce. Just need 3 ingredients. We need normal soy sauce, dark soy sauce. Normal soy sauce is 1.5 tablespoons. All of the amounts will be written in the description box as usual. Dark soy sauce is something you can find in TNT or any Asian grocery store. The difference is that it's a little bit more condensed, so the flavor is more intense, it's more savory, and it's also darker in color. So it basically gives your dish more of that depth in both taste and color. Optional, if you don't have it, it's okay also. You can just double the amount of normal soy sauce. And then we need a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. We're going to mix it until it's fully incorporated, and then we're going to pour in our lukewarm oil. All right, once you're done, Take a whiff and you'll see how delicious it smells. Honestly, this oil is so versatile and you can use it in so many different things. Even if you pan fry like tofu on its own, or if you pan fry like, I don't know, chicken, but I love this so much. So you have to try this out. All right, now we have our oil and our topping. We are going to move on to our tofu again and to make the dressing. It's been about 10 minutes and our tofu is crispy and golden on both sides. Now this is completely up to you how crispy or crunchy you want your tofu to be. This is the amount that I like if you want to take a look. So this is done for me. If you want it really crunchy, the trick is to actually go a little bit higher on the temperature and also use a little bit more oil, so you're essentially frying the outside and you'll see the exterior sort of puff up and bubble. Personally, I feel like this is a little bit healthier and less greasy. So to make our tofu sauce, we are going to take our chopped ginger, green scallion, and the red chili pepper, and adding our honey. I have a teaspoon. If you like it sweeter, of course, feel free to add more. Then half a tablespoon of soy sauce. And we're going to finish off with a full tablespoon of water. Give it a mix. My pan is still sizzling. I'm going to use the remaining heat to help the flavors infuse into the tofu. We're going to make a classic Chinese sunny side up. The only distinction between a Western one and a Chinese one is that the bottom is really crispy and almost bubbly. So the trick to that is having a pretty hot pan, and then we're going to make sure our oil is hot as well. Now you see that it's all bubbling around the whites. I'm going to turn down the heat to low so that the yolk can cook as well. When I was small, I always eat the sunny side up fully covered, so you actually don't see the yellow. So we flip it over just like that. This is done. We are going to move this to the side. The last thing we're going to do is to boil our noodles. The brand that we are using is Hakubaku. It's an Australian brand for Japanese ramen. I really like this. It takes only 4 minutes to cook, but you can use essentially any Chinese wheat-based noodles. So this is portion for one person. Today we're making portions for 2 people. So I'm just going to put in another portion. Ta-da! And I'm going to stand over this and help the noodles go down. It's very important that you stir them a little bit in the beginning so they don't stick to the bottom of your pan and they don't stick to each other. But once you do this for the first 15 seconds, you can just let it boil. What are you doing? Once it starts bubbling over like this, you want to add in some cold water. And then it will come up again. And then it's done after how many times? 2 times? 2 times. It will be done cooking after 2 times. Honestly, when I cook these, I just do the spaghetti test. I just take out a strand and I do a pinch test. If it pinches off easily, then it's cooked. Or you can taste it too. Second time. All right, third time, we're going to turn off the stove. And we are going to transfer this into a big bowl for mixing. We're going to season this maybe a couple tablespoons at a time. So this was 2. We're going to do another tablespoon. I'm salivating even looking at this. I'm going to give it a taste test. So much flavor. Okay, so I think it's savory enough. So I'm going to just take a little bit of the oil for that extra butteriness. The green scallion makes this dish so unique. Otherwise, it just tastes like soy sauce and sugar, but this just tastes so fragrant.
一点都不油腻，好吃。
对。
And the tofu is so good. I can't believe this is vegetarian. So good.
好香。
Good job.
Good job. 吃个爱。